Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2022, an unprecedented third straight year of 2020. But you know what? Let's be positive. It's a new year, and I have a pretty good feeling about 2023.
Well, we all started out 2022 with new optimism, a new year. Well, here we are with a new lockdown. I suppose what's old is new again. Groundhog Day, yet again in the province of Ontario, where actually a majority of Canadians across this country find themselves with new and severe COVID restrictions. Rita DeMontis, Anthony Fury, and Danette Wilford are with me to unpack the latest. Good idea, bad idea. Are we going to be in this 2-week lockdown for another year again? Anthony Fury, a lot of discussion about the numbers. We know that Omicron is rampant. It's not just Canada, it's all around the world. We're seeing Israel giving out 4th booster shots, just starting out doing that. And other jurisdictions are locking down and restricting their citizens. So is Canada that far off? Are we really that out of the realm of lockdowns, or was this the right thing to do?
I don't think it was the right thing to do. And I am hearing a lot of frustrations from people who are unhappy with this, who are very different, Adrian, than the people who were unhappy with previous lockdowns. I'm hearing from people who said, whoa, what's going on? We did everything that was asked of us. We got double vaccinated, triple vaccinated. In some cases, we did not see loved ones. We missed defining life moments, some of us. We got our kids vaccinated. We downloaded that vaccine passport QR code thing, which we were told was what would guarantee there would be no more lockdowns. And here we are presented with a variant that, to your point, much more transmissible, many more cases. But as Public Health Ontario has now confirmed, they didn't want to confirm it initially, but they have now confirmed it is significantly milder. And yet this is what happens. Almost back to square one. So many frustrations. And we all know that hospital capacity issues are the primary concern here. But folks are saying we've poured hundreds of billions of dollars into COVID from all Canadian taxpayer levels the past couple of years. They've had quite a long time to prepare for this. What on earth is going on? Enough is enough. Surely there's a better way.
So, Danette, a few weeks ago, the province of Quebec, whose numbers have just blown up in terms of Omicron and the COVID positive in the 18,000, 19,000. It's been really, really high. So Quebec, of course, took immediate measures. They brought it back in a curfew, which was met with a lot of resistance. They shut down the restaurants. They shut down the schools. They did all of those things that we did way back in 2020. And Ontario, we had managed to escape some of that. The province announced just last week, schools will resume on Wednesday, which was supposed to be this week, that kids would be back in school, no more online. They would restrict, of course, extracurriculars, but at the very least, the kids would be in class. So I don't know about you, but my group chats with my mom friends from school were just lit up asking me what's going on. They think, we're in the media, we have some sort of insight into what's going to be what's going to be forthcoming. But here we go again. The kids are not back in school tonight.
Oh, their mental health. That's honestly all I think of. I understand sort of what they're trying to do, but at the same time, how have we not found some way to keep our kids in school? And I'm fortunate. I'm lucky enough to be able to be home and not be impacted too badly. And I know that's not the case for so many people. My kid's a little bit older, so I don't have to kind of manage that. So the balance there, I know it's only 2 weeks, 2 weeks, but it's how are we in the same boat again? I just don't understand for our kids' health, how we're in this again. I just don't get it.
Well, Rita, it's a question that business owners across this country are asking. How are we doing this again? The industry that was hit and crippled, of course, was the food and restaurant business and many of the personal care services. But let's talk specifically, Rita, a bit about the small business owners who employ hundreds of thousands of people across this country. are the backbone of our economy. We went out for a lunch after the announcement was made, and it was almost sort of our last lunch. Let's have one more lunch out at the restaurants before they're shut down. And our server was in tears. She's about to lose her job. She said the owner's not going to come back, not going to be able to come back. What are you hearing?
I'm hearing there's going to be a real tsunami, a real crisis in the small business world. Restaurants are the backbone of the food industry, and it's going to be a ripple effect across the whole economy. It's not only that. I mean, one of the biggest impacts in our society is mental health, and it's going to be impacting on the small business people as well. So what are we going to do? It's like we have an army that is being cut off at the knees and told to go into battle. I think there has to be a lot of re-examination of the decisions that have been made just recently, and people have to take a step back. I think the idea that it's all doom and gloom and we're all in a crisis, and I'm getting the impression we're all being told we're going to die, and that is so wrong. You have young, impressionable minds that are going to be impacted tremendously, and we are not going to see this effect now. We will see it 20, 30 years down the road. Who is going to take care of that generation? So we have to take very, very stringent measures right now, and get the tough calls out there and say, 2 weeks, that's it, or else you're going to see a whole wave of civil disobedience happening right underneath our very eyes.
Anthony, we hear over and over again, it's the hospital capacity, it's the hospital system, it's the strain, it's what's going on inside. But let's reverse course for a moment. On Thursday, the premier, the provincial government's announcement from Dr. Moore.
I am now able to confirm that students will be returning to school in-person learning on Wednesday, January 5th, 2022.
Was reasonable. It was measured. It was schools will return. It was the restrictions will still be there. The gathering limits, all of those things. We can live with those. Those are not unreasonable. What changed from that Thursday to when we started hearing over the weekend that cabinet was meeting and that schools were going to be shut down? We knew that the province has the modeling. They know the numbers are going up. They knew eventually the numbers would come down.
Based on the current trends, our public health experts tell us we could see hundreds of thousands of cases every single day. 1% of hundreds of thousands is too many new patients for our hospitals to handle.
What changed?
It seems like a lot of pressure, political pressure, social media hysteria, union activism. Teachers' unions did not hide the fact that they wanted to push for school closures. They moved the goalposts again. They feel like schools shouldn't reopen until, all kids have mandated double vaccinations and everybody's wearing N95s and teachers have booster shots, moving the goalpost. Back in September, they said schools would be calamitous. They weren't. And they had the goalposts then to say why we shouldn't reopen. Things turned out fine. Now they've got new goalposts. There was that lobbying behind the scenes. Also, I believe that the prominent healthcare bureaucrats who, Adrian, are paid $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year to effectively manage the hospital system, I think they've gotten used to the idea that one can just say, okay, well, we've got a bit of problems with beds and a lot of problems with dealing with nurses and staffing issues, so shut down society. And whenever you say, look, guys, deal with the nursing issues, they say, oh, it's not that easy because X, Y, Z. And fair enough, no one's saying it's easy, but somehow it is easy to shut down society and to destroy many other lives. And I think we need leadership that says to them, no, guys, that ain't acceptable. I'm sure back 100 years ago, they said, yeah, we can't scale Vimy Ridge. I don't know, it can't be done. And there are a few naysayers. They said, well, this is the moment, guys. You got to do it. Get up there and do it. And they did it. And I think somebody needs to give that pep talk to the healthcare team and say, look, guys, we appreciate you're under extraordinary circumstances. Our frontline heroes, we admire you guys, what you're doing. But the back office, wealthy health bureaucrats, you guys, you've got to rise to the occasion. Don't tell our kids they got to do more. You have to do more, and we believe in you.
We saw the modeling. We know the numbers. We know what was coming. Could more have been done? Should more have been done? Did we need that circuit breaker that they called it earlier on? Well, I guess we'll have a lot of time during lockdown to think about that. Log on to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And click the link below to see exactly what the new restrictions are in the province of Ontario. Thank you to Rita DeMontis, Anthony Fury, and Danette Wilford, and to you, our viewers. 2022, well, we will continue to be optimistic regardless of the new restrictions. Stay safe.